Okay, my name is Edward Jackson, popular known mostly by my middle name. Everyone know me as Phillip Jackson. I always say that my job is always important. I love what I do and I do it with a passion. It's a pleasure. So while I expect it to be rewarded, I don't normally put what I do over others and what's around me and think about what I'm getting first. What I'm getting is my reward, and it's important. But that comes after I am completed the task that I am given to do. The good book says that money answereth all things, which meaning that it is very important and nobody can pay it down. But it say the love of it, not money in itself, but the love of it is the root of all evil. The attitude and attribute in terms of what people do to get money, they trample on others, they walk on other persons to get there, and in doing so, they're in danger. What you work for is important. It is also more important to secure the avenue that takes you there first, because without that avenue, you won't get there. And they're saying that there's no ideal in life. We're looking for ideals, they're not there. But we have to learn to adjust as we go along to the different scenario that comes our way. And in that adjustment, we have to take into consideration the bigger picture is the accomplishment to be safe at the end of the day. Two things can be right at the same time. And so while it's your right to get that money, it's not your right to overlook others in your own interest. And the company that you work for must also be first and foremost, because that's where your remuneration comes from, that's your reward. And the customer is also very important. When we finish, everybody must be happy. And if we're crying, all of us must be crying. And if we're smiling, everybody should be smiling. So it's not a one person's world. So while we go along, we have to think about our core values and attitude, which must always be the driving force behind what we do, right? And we must only emulate persons who are sharing some of our same values. And the Bible says, covet good gift. And so therefore, we have to take into consideration that we must always be the best version of ourselves. And so respect everyone, respect what we do, and at the end of the day, it is very rewarding to be compensated. But don't be compensated while somebody is crying for what compensates you. Don't feel happy while the company is losing to compensate you. You feel happy when your company is happy and everyone around you should be happy. At the end of the day, when I finish my task, I get the best rest and the best sleep when I know that I don't leave any shady or any danger path behind me. And when the customer can smile, and when my company can say, yes, that job is over for the day, and I lie down and I know that there is no other things, a new day comes. And so the foundation that I laid yesterday should be end at a positive note and begin on a positive note. So it's a joy when you accomplish what you have started out to do. You will have one of the most peaceful and rested night or evening when you lay down after executing the task that is set before you. One of the joy that I have when I'm going down the road, I always take into consideration some of what is written on the back of my truck. It's a message, not just because you want to invite somebody to you, but it's a message of beautification on the truck itself. It attracts somebody. It have heads turning just to read what it has said. I met persons who always ask me, what about your company? I said, let me tell you something. Every company sometimes is eating from the same bread. And so one might promise you a couple dollars today and a couple cents more, but at the end of the day, it didn't make sense because they are eating from the same dish. So it's for you to have a little more patience with what you do, give your company more time, and if you're going to be late, Speeding won't change that. You're late already, and you just have to try get there safe. And say, well, I'm late, and the lateness could cause from something that is unavoidable. But at the end of the day, you don't want to expose yourself to danger to get there. But I take very serious what is written on my truck, because that identifies ATS. And once you see it, you know where it's coming from. So you have to take into consideration what sign you're sitting behind, because that is something that is going to replicate. If your attitude is bad, it's going to replicate as a bad attitude. If it's good, it's going to replicate as a good attitude. So it can create a domino effect. And above all things, integrity is doing what is right, even when no one is watching you.